So I'm going to talk about our vision and our core values. So our vision here at Cornerstone for young people is to give youth a safe place to discover and grow in their identity in Jesus. So we're committed to partnering with parents in the community, and we want to cultivate spiritually, emotionally, and physically healthy teenagers. So we have 3 core values. We can go to the next slide. So the core values are that we're youth-led, we're adult-mentored, and we're family-empowered. So what that means is, whenever we can get a young person to do something, we try and get them to do something. So that's why at the door, you're greeted by young people. Young people are running the sound and everything back there. And as much as possible, we try and get young people to be involved. So if you have a talent or a gift, or if you want to be serving, please let me know. And we're always trying to find creative ways to get more young people involved. So youth-led. Adult-mentored means that we don't leave young people by themselves. Like, we're not like, okay, good luck, go serve. We try and partner them up with mentors and training and adult volunteers to come beside them. And family empowered just means that we recognize that family is still the unit where young people are being the most developed. Like, mom is still the #1 influencer, dad is still the #2 influencer, and church and youth pastor are like 5 and 6 on the list. So even though we really take care to craft our programs and make sure that what we're doing here is special, we want to partner with families. So that's why we're having some parent nights throughout the year. So we have one that's planned a little bit later, so I'm going to tell you about that, and you can mark it down in your calendars. But we're youth-led, adult-mentored, and family-empowered. So we want to grow, and we want to focus on growing deep, but we also want to grow wide. So our discipleship strategy is a process, and it's not a program. So when we talk about discipleship, in our year, we kind of have 4 big themes, and that's how we structure our year. So the first one is spending time with others. So that's all about relationships, and that's in August, September, and October. So that's kind of now everyone's getting back to school, focusing on friends, and so we focus on relationships, your relationships and how you spend time with other people. Then the next one is using your gifts. So we talk about that in November, December, January, Christmas, gifts. You see what we did there? But then at the same time, it's about knowing that you as an individual, each teenager is special and they have their own gifts. So how can they, in a time when they're getting gifts, how can they know their own gifts, and how can they share those gifts with other people? And the next one is spending time with God. So we do that in February, March, and April. So when we think about spiritual disciplines, a lot of times spending time with God is the first thing we think of. And we think of it as the main one. But it's actually just one of many. But in this particular season, we focus on spiritual disciplines like reading your Bible and prayer. And it's right around the time of Lent. So we make Lenten commitments. So it's a really good time for the students to learn how to spend time with God. And then the last one is sharing your faith. So we want to teach students how to make faith a regular part of their lives, and so that it comes up naturally in conversations. And so we do that in June, July, and August. In terms of teaching, we have our weekly programs, so our Friday programs here, where we kind of have a topic-based curriculum, and then on Sundays, we have a Bible-based curriculum. So we take that same topic, and we do it on the Friday and the Sunday. The Friday, we introduce it, we have some fun, we play some games, and then on the Sunday, we take the Bible passage and dig in a little bit deeper. And that doesn't mean we don't look at the Bible on Fridays, it just means that we kind of look at the topic first, and then on Sundays, it doesn't mean that we don't have fun, it's just that we look at the Bible first. So that's kind of how our teaching is structured. And we also want to make sure that the space that we create is not just for insiders. It's not just for people who come to Cornerstone. We want to make space for people who are outside of Cornerstone. So we structure our programs to make space. We want to make space, and we want to make a safe space for people to be able to invite their friends. So we want to make sure that it's fun and that it's relevant. So we have our weekly programming, then we have events. We don't really have as many events just because of COVID this year, so we're trying to be creative and see if there are things that we can do that are online. So we had an online escape room. We've done a couple of those, and so that's still a way for everyone to kind of come together and have fun, but in a safe way. So, we can't do retreats right now and sleepovers, but we're trying to figure out how to have these kind of bigger, fun events, and we try and kind of space them out throughout the year. And then for parents, we want to have some parenting workshops. So we have one coming up on October 29th. So mark that day in your calendar. Brett Ullman is going to come here. He spoke here before. He did a really good job, and he's doing a workshop based on his new book, which is called Navigating Everything. So it's a parenting book, and it's called Navigating Everything. It's a great book, and he'll be here to speak about it on October 29th. And then we have volunteers. So we are blessed with some really great small group leaders and Sunday teachers, and we want to pour into them as well. And so we're so thankful for them. And so as a church, we have a discipleship pathway, and there's 5 E's that's a part of that pathway. For us, we mostly focus on the first E, which is establish identity in Jesus. And the reason why we focus on that is young people are in this stage of life where they're trying to figure out who they are. And so we feel like the best way to come beside them is to help them know that they matter and that God has a plan for them, and that they have gifts and talents and that they're special and unique. And so we kind of spend a lot of time on the identity, which I think is really cool and really important. So does anybody have any comments or questions so far? Okay, so just a really quick overview of the lessons and the units that we're going to be doing this year. So in September, this month, we're doing RAD, which is for radical, and that's from the book of James, and it talks about loving others. You're going to hear more about that in a bit. In October, we have a unit from the Old Testament, and it's on doubts and questions. It's called I Have Questions. November, it's called With You, and it's all about friendship. In December, it's talking about good things. That's from the Old Testament and the Gospels, and that's a Christmas unit. In January, we're doing Distinct, which is taken from the New Testament, and that's on identity. In February, we're going to be talking about justice, and we'll be using the book of Genesis. In March, we'll be doing Atomic, and that's on spiritual habits. On April, it's called Break Trail, and that's Jesus and Easter. In May, it's Pass It On, and that's from the book of Acts, and that's on evangelism. In June, it's Guiding Light, that's on wisdom, and July is on family. So that's kind of a quick overview of what we'll be studying this year. If you want to connect with us, you can find us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, so Cornerstone Youth Markham. So that's a great way for you to see some of the lessons that we did last year. They're all posted on there. We're recording the messages that we do this year, and then we're going to post it on after. I just started a parenting section, so I have parent tips, and you'll be able to find them on that page as well. We're on Instagram, Cornerstone Youth Markham, so that's another way to follow us. We have a Facebook group for parents where I put a lot of articles, probably about 5 articles a week. So if you're on Facebook, if you're a parent, you can let me know, and I can add you to that group. It's a private group. Our church website, that's another place where you can find us. And then we're excited because the curriculum that we're using has an app. So the UVersion App, which many of you guys know, the studies that we're doing, they have a devotional that are for every lesson that we're doing this year. So that's really cool. We're going to take a quick look at one today, just so that you can see how it works. But yeah, if you don't have the UVersion app, download the UVersion app. It's free, my favorite price. And there is a devotional to go with every lesson that we're doing this year. So that's really cool. For students, I'm going to be doing some tips on how to raise your parents. Your parents are raising you, but we believe young people are leaders as well. So I'm going to be doing some videos, some 30-second videos on just different ways that you can help your parents help you. So look out for those in your weekly emails and on Instagram. For parents, you're going to have a parent tip of the month. So that'll be in your weekly emails. It'll also be in the Facebook group. And I wanted to introduce all of our small group leaders. Not all of them could be here tonight, but I just wanted you to see their pictures so that you could see who your small group leader are if you're a student, and if you're a parent, you could see who's going to be leading your teenager. So myself, I'm going to be doing the grade 6 and the grade 7 boys. I'm looking for a small group leader. Lynn is going to be doing the grade 6 girls. So she'll be leading the grade 6 girls. Kevin, we call him the real Kevin. He's going to be leading the grade 8 boys. Nikki's here, is she not? Nikki's over there, wave your hand. Nikki just got married. Congratulations, Nikki. Nikki's leading the grade 7 girls. Adriana is here as well. Raise your hand. She's leading the grade 8 girls. Mark is leading the grade 9 to 10 boys. Grace is leading the grade 9 to 10 girls. Clark is here somewhere. There he is. Clark is leading the grade 11 to 12 boys, and Sarah is over in the corner, and she's leading the grade 11 to 12 girls. So those are your small group leaders that are leading on Fridays. Let's have a hand for our volunteers. So we try and break up our meetings. So we have a large group time, and then we break up into small groups, and then that's kind of where they really discuss life and the lessons that we're going through. So we really appreciate our small group leaders.